I tell everybody the 2 weeks that you spend on the Iditarod Trail is less important than the 50 weeks that you're not on the Iditarod Trail. So what we do on a year-round basis is a lot more important to our dogs than what we do the 2 weeks on the Iditarod Trail. The Iditarod to me simply is talking about teachers, the homework, whether you have taken the course, whether you can pass that particular class. And that's how I look at the Iditarod. From a canine point of view, it's a lot more important that the 50 weeks are in good stead. And if the 50 weeks, which is the majority of the year, obviously are in good stead, then you might have a good Iditarod. But it goes actually much farther than that. And it always starts in the puppy pen. Just stand still, stand still.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. How pretty are you? Look at him run. Oh, jeez. I know.
A network of trails, and that's the same thing that happened in these regions when the diphtheria epidemic happened in 1925. Those local mail drivers, they were commissioned to take the vaccine and drive it from one point to the next to a waiting team. And of course, that's how. Hey, you.
In the caribou tundra, in the wild barren land, on the fierce side of ice where the polar bears stand, with a trail
So
of the
that was the original Zero Run, of course, is the famous race to know when no one was stricken with the diphtheria epidemic. And then after the onslaught of modern machines, mostly airplanes, the dogs started to disappear from the various villages, and of course the airplanes replaced every single mail driver. And that's why dogs were being neglected and really started to go by the wayside in the interior villages. And then Joe Reddington reenacted the original Zero Run as a race. And because of that, they were practicing an ancient sport that has been documented for over 4,000 years. So.
Where they measured a man by the gold in his hand.
And it's an interesting observation that sometimes modern materials are lighter, better, but if you notice, all three of us are going to be racing with retro snowshoes. Feel free to handle that stuff. It's lightweight. It's kind of cool to have Athabascan-based traditional snowshoes part of the race equipment. I tell everybody that I was a ski bum before I was a dog bum. Growing up in Switzerland, of course, I learned to ski before I could walk. And now I have ski poles in my road. The ski poles, of course, are an aid to help propel the sled. So we have these telescopes, and this is maybe not going with me. Actually, Matt's sled. We help propel the sled with our ski poles. That's just part of the system nowadays. In our sleds, I call it my RV, we have all kinds of equipment for the dogs. And some of that stuff you only see if you really pay close attention to some of the pictures or the little doggy t-shirts are being worn. A newer contraption as of late is the doggy leggings, those nice little stockings that the dogs wear nowadays. One of the things that happens is my generation, the people like Rick Swenson, Martin, Jeff King, some of that generation of mushers, we're the first people to make this crazy sport a career. Before it was an avocation, a hobby, a part-time deal, people race dogs. Now there is, the newer kids, of course, the Dallas Seavies of this world, they grew up in an industry of sled dog racing, so it's nothing new to them. But in part, the maturation, the growing up of a discipline has come with many inventions, and the sit-down sleds are a good example. If you're 20 years old, you don't mind standing up for 1,000 miles. But if you're doing your 30th Iditarod, having a sit-down sled is almost paramount, is almost a prerequisite. Little things like a snap-on windshield. If you're young and tough, you don't mind not having a snap-on windshield, but you know what, now at 54, I don't mind carrying an ounce and a half. That keeps my withering face less rapidly withering, you know. So now we have just a little innovation like that can make the difference. I was in a 100 below wind chill a couple of weeks ago at a race on the Norton Sound. I was mighty glad I had a little snap-on windshield. So things are changing. As we are getting older, we come up with innovations that not only extend our career, but make it more comfortable and more tolerable for our bodies to endure this crazy sport. And at the same time, we come up with systems that help our dogs be healthier and happier. And that's really what makes me tick. Is, you know, I talk about the 30 years of me doing that, and when I started, the 12-year-old dog was an old dog. A 12-year-old sled dog was, oh man, at 14 we talked about it. That dog, man, he made it to 14. If you do percentages, and now a dog living 17, sometimes longer, 17 years, that's a huge increase in longevity. What happened is, just like with people, of course, good food, good exercise, good treatment makes you live a longer time. So we appreciate that, the big picture. Again, that's really what the Iditarod, of course, helped us bring out. The research we contribute, the work we do with the scientists, the ongoing insight that we gain has some trickle-down effect to your pet dogs at home. You know, we have a 16-year-old mini wiener, in part because he was never overweight all his life, and he had good diet all his life, plus he had 100 charges to boss around. So the camaraderie, the longevity of our whole beings is extended in part because some of the findings we have come up with on the Iditarod Trail. And that of course is to me is cool, that a little dog in Tallahassee, Florida might benefit from something that has been derived on the Iditarod Trail. So. Did any questions? So we're strictly going off the roster there on that pipe pen. That's how...
with her